Hello and welcome back to the Amber Wave Show.
Yes, and another amazing week for the Bloaters.
Yeah, so we look back at the start of the FA Cup journey where Great Yarmouth Town faced Kirkby and Pakefield in the extra preliminary round.
The game started really well with an absolutely packed Wellesley with 362 fans attending on a Friday evening. A lot better than what our, so-called neighbours did on the Saturday.
Our noisy neighbours. They didn't even get a third of what we got on Saturday.
No.
Sums up the club.
But yeah, Yarmouth started well, and within the first 9 minutes, we made it 1-0. An amazing run down the right, or down the left side, and Louis Duffield slammed it into net, which then was the joint timed goal.
Joint earliest goal scored in the FA Cup history.
FA Cup, yeah.
Jacobs plays the ball through. Duffield.
After that, Great Yarmouth continued to dominate the game throughout with some great passing play, some incredible link-up play, and just heading into half-time, we continued knocking on the door, and after this ball spilt from the keeper after a free kick, I believe, the goalkeeper dropped it, tried to reclaim it, tried to reclaim it and went through the back of our player, pointed to the spot.
That was 2-0 with George Cousins scoring from the penalty, and that's how we went into half-time.
Kirkby had a horrendous job at clearing that. Keeper spills it. Penalty to Great Yarmouth. Kirkley made a mess of it. And Yarmouth have the penalty to double their lead in this game. So George Cousins to double the Yarmouth lead from the spot. Cousins. Yes!
The lads carried on where they left off from the second half with continuous pressure, and we managed to hit the woodwork twice.
However, Kirkley and Pakefield did have a chance to get back into the game through a penalty of their own after we believe that the player got pushed in the back. But our number one, the greatest keeper in the league, Brandon Ling, saved it.
So Kirkley and Pakefield have a penalty, and it's Pollock versus Ling. Brandon Ling makes the save! Brandon Ling makes the save!
Amazing, that's why he's our number one keeper. Other than that, it was more of the same, and I felt that they couldn't score Kirkley and Pakefield in 180 minutes, let alone 90.
But yeah, the full time then finished 2-0 to the Bloaters, who go into the next round where we will play Cambridge City, who beat Lakenheath 5-1. So that'll be quite an interesting game, especially as Stephen is from Cambridge.
Yeah, my dad's a Cambridge City fan.
So yeah, that'll be quite an interesting but good game to look forward to, I think.
Yeah. But now we look to our next match where we play Soham in the league.
Yeah.
It's league next week, not cup.
Not the FA Vars yet.
Not the FA Vars yet, who we do have in the FA Vars as well. Last season they finished 12th, so pretty much mid-table. After 36 games, they mustered 14 wins, 2 draws and 20 losses with 44 points and a minus 23 goal difference.
And yeah, so far this season they are yet to win in the league with 2 draws, one being a 2-2 against Harleston and the other being a 2-2 against Lakenheath. However, they have progressed in the FA Cup after they beat Mildenhall 4-1, which I actually went to with non-league wonders. And they did play very well, to be fair, against a team that got promoted from the Premier Division last year, who won the league. So they do score goals, but also concede, with 8 scored and 5 conceded in 3 games.
Yep, again, we forgot our predictions for the first game of the season. So we've got to do predictions to this one. It is currently 1-1 though, because we forgot the second one.
Yeah.
We did the first one and we both got the correct score,
Yeah.
but not the score line.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think Bloaters are going to win 3-1 because they score goals, but they also concede a few.
Yeah.
And they haven't had the best start of the season, and on average, in the league, they're conceding 2 goals a game.
Yeah. I'm gonna be a bit optimistic.
9-0.
I'm going to go 5-2 Yarmouth. 5-2. Because I think someone will score. They'll have like a couple of chances, but I think it's just going to be one of them games where we're going to be high on confidence after beating Thetford, after getting 2 wins in the league already, progressing in the FA Cup. I just think the confidence is going to be there. It's a home game as well, so the atmosphere should be buzzing.
Good point.
But I just think there's going to be something about it. I can feel it.
9-0. Now we go into our interview where we have been talking to Amber Wave co-founder Alex Green. Okay, hello, welcome. We are back with another interview. So we have the co-founder of the Amber Wave, Alex, here. How are you, Alex?
I'm very good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. So obviously it's the start of a new season. We're recording this a little bit behind just because of scheduling and stuff with everyone working and then fitting in football and fitting in time. So firstly, Alex, your thoughts now that we've calmed down from last season?
Calm down from last season. Well,
the jubilation and like we're back to being level-headed.
It's still a little bit of a shock, a little bit how we ended up champions last season. It's going to be complete opposite. I feel it's going to be really tough. It's going to be. We can't really describe how it is. It's just like it's going to be horrible. It's going to be a hot, tough season. I think Yarmouth will pull through it compared to last season. It was an absolute amazing season last year, and just can't wait to get started.
Yeah.
Really.
So obviously we keep on top of the socials that go on with Yarmouth, players that get in, players that go in, players that are renewing their contract. Do you think that it is fantastic that so many players have remained at the club and has carried on for another season?
Well, yeah, obviously, because the cohesion was there last season. The players know each other very well, how they play. It's going to carry on with this season with a couple of new faces that have bolstered the team, especially with a lot of them playing at higher levels. I do think they will do really, really well this season as a result of that.
And obviously we've got a few new players, 2 of note, Connor Deeks, aka Roy Kent,
yes,
and Spooner as well, coming from Leiston. So obviously one's more of a defending to midfield player, and the other one's more of a upper midfield to striker. How do you think they're going to get on in the team?
Well, we saw them, one or two of them. I think particularly Deeks, who was playing pre-season. He did very, very good. But I think we did need that sort of defensive cover all the time, especially with a lot of the big teams like Deer and Thetford who have scored loads of goals for fun. But no, I think they're going to settle very quickly. They seem to have gelled quite well already, so I just hope they can do it when the big day comes, really.
Yeah, and a lot of new grounds that we're going to go to this season, being with Yarmouth, obviously new league, so we've got obviously a new season this season, a lot of different grounds that we're going to go to. That we haven't been, or we may have been with another club, or we've gone to watch, but new for us to travel with Yarmouth. So what club? So take 3. So obviously we're going to see a lot more clubs this season. Obviously Yarmouth being in a new league, lots of new teams, lots of new grounds. What is the ground or the match away that you're most looking forward to going away. And why? Ooh. Yeah.
Well, like I said, we've been to a few. We've been to Walsham. I've been to Halston. I've been to Sheringham. But the biggest one, like I said before, was Dereham. Dereham was like the big team. Personally, I think they were obviously weapon with them last season, but I think Dereham's going to be the big one just because it's the bigger one. One of the biggest games of the season for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
The last sort of thing is, where do you think we'll finish in the league this season?
Mid-table.
Mid-table?
Mid-table.
Take it. Lovely. Thanks ever so much, Alex.
All right, no problem.
Fantastic. Now on to this week's challenge, where after my outrageous disqualification last time, I'm out to set the record straight and pull back into the lead. And that is all we have time for this week's episode, so we hope you enjoyed it. And as always,
Up the Blues!